Last week, we were covering on this particular topic, which is basically we started a chapter from Uddhava Gita. And so in the beginning, we were actually seeing these topic as symptoms of conditioned and liberated souls. Today, we will complete the chapter that takes us to the next stage, becoming a real devotee. So when Bhatta Jivas come down to the material world, they are actually just karmis or dharmis. They do their own dharma, depending on whatever the body they got. It could be a body of some insects or some birds or beasts or whatever it is, whatever they got. Every of that body has a dharma associated with that. It is very difficult to get the human birth, and humans will be following the human dharma. So basically, this dharma is nothing but karma only. It is going to the karma. They will be doing so many whether good deeds or bad deeds, karma or subha karma or akarma or sukarma, vikarma, akarma, like that. They do some karmas. So if you see all the non-human beings, such insects, birds, beasts, they all do is their dharma according to their position. So their dharma is basic karmas only. So when that jiva gets a human body first time, it also does its dharma, which is karma only. Then when it gets spiritual inclination, they gradually get into karma yoga. Yoga is different. You're doing for the sake of the Bhagavan. And also some get elevated, they become yogis. Maybe they want to go do this, path of the yogis. And some may really, further progress. They may be inclined to be jnanis. Then these Atma jnanis become the liberated souls. So that is basically mainly, that's what you're talking about. So now the jivas, now let us talk about the Bhatta jivas, especially the human beings. Most of the human beings are doing their karma only. They want to enjoy themselves, and for enjoyment, they give their whole life. Their desire, their goals, and their activities, everything is all karmic related, enjoying themselves. But are they happy? Actually, surprisingly today, sometime back something popped up. Okay, you just see, because what exile the karmis finally get. The karmis, every karmi at the end of the life, they get only distress. Because that is how they get, they be born again and again and again. And the only thing is, at the end of the life, they will be bitterly bad. Again, they will continue and continue. Eventually, it gets into their subtle body that this karma is not good. This is not going to make me happiness. That is why they incline to go become yogis or jnanis. So now look at here, watch this guy. It is a very small shot. I really took that. It happened today morning. Okay, you just listen. What is all about karma is about?
It's a heartbreaking story from the United States that has deeply shocked both the Indian diaspora and the tech community. Harshvardhana Kikeri, a respected tech entrepreneur originally from Karnataka, India, was found dead in his home near Washington. Police believe that he shot and killed his wife and teenage son before hurting himself, a hidden struggle even successful individuals may face. Harshvardhana was not an ordinary man. He came from Kikeri village in Karnataka, and he has built an impressive career in the tech world. After completing his engineering education in India, he pursued a master's degree in electrical engineering at a university in the United States. He worked with the tech giants like Software, where he received prestigious awards including the Gold Star. He later returned to India and co-founded a robotics company called Holo World. In the meantime, his wife, Swetha Panyam, was also a co-founder of that particular company. She was 44 years of age. Together, the couple were considered pioneers in their field. Harshvardhana held 44 international patents spanning the United States, China, Japan, and Europe. He also delivered TEDx talks on innovation and had even won chess championship and multiple scholarships throughout his career. Well, the tragic incident unfolded on Thursday evening at the family's townhouse in Renton.
Okay, so now you got it. So there are so many stories. Another one came yesterday was again, a man from Ahmedabad came to USA as a tourist. He and his wife wanted to stay there here forever because they liked the lifestyle. And he found a job, decided to get a child born here so that he will be able to reside here for permanently. They got a girl. Soon the lady got a cancer. Then a rat bit her when she was taking chemotherapy. At sleep, some rat bit. He got severe headache. And the test revealed that she now got brain cancer and about to die. It was in stage 3. They wanted to go back to India and die there. But the child now refusing to really go back to India. Now the clock is ticking for the death. So actually, if you see the karmic goals, they all end like this only. So after so many births doing karma like this, going to hell, heaven, back and forth, again and again, eventually the soul understands the fact that the material worlds are only miseries. But it may take thousands or even millions of births to really get to that realization in the subconscious level, basically in the subtle body. So all these impressions of repeated failures are stored in the mind, and intelligence of the subtle body is also involved. When one is really intelligent, he will go for something beyond these karmas and results. They come to read the scriptures. They read Vedas and so on, so many scriptures, they read whatever they come to know. Because, that is where they really get lot of knowledge. But Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita 9:20, he says that those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice there in the heaven, seeking the heavenly planets. By the way, many religions are really seeking with this heaven only. They think this is the highest. And he says, those will worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delight. But when those punyas are exhausted, they have to fall down. They have to fall down to the earthly, like planets again. That's why Bhagavad Gita 9:20 says, Tetam bhuktva swarga lokam vishalam kshine punye martya lokam vishandi. See, kshine punye martya lokam vishandi. What does it mean? When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasures and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of these 3 Vedas and doing these karmas achieve only repeated birth and death. They can't even get liberated. So last class, Tuesday we were discussing about this more. And the idea was to compare ourselves. Where are we? We are reading so many things, but as a devotee, where are we? Am I a Bhatta Jiva? Doing all the karmas, trying to enjoy here? Or am I liberated, even though we have a body? That was a question for the last week. So now these karmis are actually going to be going through unlimited birth and death, they don't know. So many relatives, so many friends, so many parties. Parties are everywhere. Actually, Indians, especially in USA, they are all party animals only. This is how they are. But then, eventually, after a lot of births, it will get into their thing. This is not giving any happiness. Because everything will have only the bitter end. And also you have to really leave this world. So that is why Krishna was really telling about in Bhagavad Gita. He was talking about karma yoga. Do everything, but never be bound or expect results to you. All the give result to me. Why is he saying this? Because the jiva has to go higher and be detached from this world. So he suggests to do karma yoga. This karma yoga is basically, that is what the text which we are going to continue. He says, my dear Uddhava, if you cannot detach your mind from the objects of the senses and thus absorb it completely in me, then offer the results of all your activities to me without considering the fruits of your labor to be your personal property. No, you leave everything to me. So that is karma yoga, right? But then after that, because if you keep on going on Bhagavad Gita, then also Lord Krishna says, oh, you should do Raja Yoga, Kundalini Yoga and all those. Then after some time he says, you should become a jnani. Actually, Arjuna got so confused. So confused. He said, oh Krishna, I am totally confused. Please tell me just what should I do? And so depending on their current stage, some will go for becoming a karma yogi, some will go for becoming Ashtanga yogi, and some go for becoming jnanis. Thus, taking births again and again, they gradually go up. All gradual. It will take again many, many births, continuing from where they left off. And way later only they may get liberated. In Gita, Lord Krishna says in the order, instead of karma, you become a karma yogi. Then he says become a Raja yogi, Kundalini yogi, you basically yogi. Then he says become a jnani. This goes on. So a yogi is better than a karmi, and a jnani is better than a yogi. And finally Lord Krishna concludes that bhakti to me. You become a bhakta to me. That is the best. In fact, every chapter, somehow or other, at the end, somewhere he will say, my bhakti, bhakti to me is the topmost. So he says, oh Arjuna, go and proclaim that my bhakta never perishes. But how many can make to the level of a pure Krishna bhakta? So that is the question. Dharmachari matye bahuda karma nishta, koti karma nishta matye eka jnani sreshta, koti jnani matye haya eka jana mukta, koti mukta matye durlabha, maybe eka one Krishna bhakta. Among the followers of Vedic Dharma, most of them follow the process of karma and karma yoga. Out of millions of such people, karma yogis, there may be one who is actually wise and jnani, become jnani. Out of many millions of such wise persons, only one may actually become liberated, mukta. And out of many millions of such liberated persons, koti means millions, 10 millions or something, or 100 millions, maybe. So out of many millions of such liberated persons, a pure devotee of Krishna hardly found. This is the situation. So now Krishna is actually going further and enlightening Uddhava into this topic, which is the symptoms of conditioned and liberated living entities. And there he is saying, my dear Uddhava, my faithful devotees always hear about and glorify my all auspicious characteristics. So he's talking about the characteristics of his devotee. Of course, it's very rare. They meditate on me and enact my pastime through dramas, dramatic performances. Yeah, in Gokul Bhajan we have about 25, 26 dramas, of course. I mean, that doesn't mean everybody in Gokul Bhajan, they are all liberated or something. No. But In general, a devotee will be always focusing everything about Krishna only. They eat only because they have to serve Krishna, so they have to survive. Like this. So anything they really deal with, everywhere Krishna has to be there. So that is why even dramatic performances they will do. That's taking full shelter of me. They cultivate religiosity, economic developments. Yeah, there is no harm. And even in so-called sense gratification, but only in relation to me. Of course, you can have make a wonderful feast and then take the prasadam. But this is not the sense enjoyment as the karmis do. Karmis do for themselves. But here it is coming as prasadam. So basically you engage, what you buy, what you do, whatever you accumulate, whatever. It's not saying that you should not do anything. It's not saying that. You do everything, not a problem at all. Even economic development you can do, but it should be in relation to Krishna only. You work, bring money, whatever it is, but at the same time, you have to really use it and, in relation to Krishna somehow. And then they attain pure devotional service to me. That's what he says. So the pure devotional service is basically what we should be aspiring for. So you see here, actually, this is Madhavendra Puri, highest devotee, very, very high devotee. And he wouldn't even go for alms, to really beg alms for him. So such a high devotee. And now, it is coming now towards, okay, so if you see the topic of these things is devotional life. So these particular Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, Friday programs, we are positioning in such a way that it's devotional life, our devotional life. So now Lord Krishna says that to obtain that kind of Krishna Bhakti, Sadhu Sangha is very, very crucial. So that is the text 25. So what is reading? One who has attained devotional service through the association of devotees always engages in worshipping me. As a result of his devotion, he easily attains my association in my eternal abode in the spiritual sky, which was revealed to him by my devotees. How will we know about his abode? Only his dear devotees can reveal. So all our acharyas, they all revealed for us. They all came from there. That spiritual abode. So that is how we are actually coming to know about this abode of Lord Krishna, which is Goloka Vrindavan. So here Sadhu Sangha means what? Association with sadhus. Sadhus means what? Saints. Then who is a sadhu? Who is a saint? So that comes in the next text, which is 26 and 27. He's talking about who is actually the sadhu. And then because Uddhava is asking, oh Lord, okay, now please tell me who is the genuine saintly person. For that the Lord is actually giving more explanation. That is the heart of this now. Today, this is the main thing. So here, this is what Lord Krishna is telling Uddhava. What is he saying? Oh Uddhava, a saintly person is merciful to everybody. All the time he is really thinking about doing favor, spiritual favor to anyone. So even if one is really ignorant, and if he is not really correctly positioned in terms of spiritual knowledge, he will correct. He will correct. His purpose in life comes from the truth itself, because he is free from envy, and his mind is equipoised in happiness and distress. He dedicates his entire time to work for the welfare of others. His intelligence is never bewildered by material desires, and he has learned to control his senses. His behavior is always pleasing, never it's not going to be really, anything karmic oriented or worldly things. He will not talk about that. His behavior is always pleasing and he is free from possessiveness. He never endeavors like ordinary worldly people, like karmis. And he strictly controls his eating, and so he always remains peaceful and steady. A saintly person is thoughtful and accepts me alone as his one and only shelter. Such a person is very cautious in the execution of his duties and is not disturbed even in a distressing situation. He has conquered over the 6 material qualities: hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. He is free from all desire for prestige and he offers respect to others. He is expert in reviving the Krishna consciousness to others, but he never cheats. So here, cheats anyone mean what? He is not going to tell, hey, you know what? You have to really accumulate so much of money and enjoy yourself, this way. No, he's not a devotee. He's a demon. So he will never cheat like that by suggesting any material endeavors to do. On the other hand, rather, he is a well-wishing friend to all, being most merciful, always will advise only on Krishna consciousness, not on any of these material, these achievements. Such a saintly person must be considered the most learned of all men. He perfectly understands that the ordinary religious duties prescribed by me in various Vedic scriptures possess favorable qualities that purify the performer, and he knows that neglect of such duties constitute a discrepancy in one's life. Basically, you really follow the rules and regulations. Having taken complete shelter at my lotus feet, however, a saintly person ultimately renounces such ordinary religious duties. So he's saying that he will be suggesting to follow rules and regulation, but at the same time, what he's saying is not going to bind. So anything which is really going to hinder the worship of or the devotional activities towards Krishna, then he doesn't have to bother about. So these kind of knowledge, this only saintly person will know what to follow, what not to follow. He is thus considered to be the best among all the entities. Yes, this is what our acharyas. And we are so wonderfully positioned under our this parampara. What more we want? So we have a unique opportunity to engage ourselves in the highest devotional life. But it is up to us. It is absolutely up to us. Now, the question comes now again. Uddhava asks, how should a devotee live? How should a devotee live? So for that, now coming, that the text 34, okay, here we go. Text 34, which is really explaining nicely, okay. Lord Krishna is explaining that to Uddhava. My dear Uddhava, one will be able to give up false pride by cultivating these limbs of devotional service. One should purify himself by seeing, touching, worshipping, serving, and offering prayers of glorification and obeisances to my form as deity. That means every devotee should have deity worship. So deity worship is fundamentally necessary for every Krishna devotee. So he is also saying, yes, glorification and obeisance to my form and worship my deity, as well as to my pure devotees as well. So one should hear my glories in the association of devotees and meditate upon me. One should offer whatever he happens to possess to me, considering himself to be my eternal servant. In this way, one should surrender unto me. One should make arrangements for the celebration of festivals in relation to me. These festivals should be celebrated in the temple with singing and dancing in ecstasy. One should be in association of devotees. Visit the holy places of pilgrimage that are related to me and observe the vows meant for devotees such as Ekadasi. One should receive initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, and if we able to do so, give donations for the construction of my temples. Okay. Anyway, so Lord Krishna is saying that the devotee should be really donating to for the construction of his temples. Oh yeah, he's directly saying that. Wow. Okay. Most importantly, one should always consider himself to be my humble servant and thus engage for my satisfaction without duplicity. As a menial servant, one should sweep the floor of the temple and then cleanse it with water and cow dung. When the floor is dry, one should sprinkle scented water over it and then draw auspicious mandalas. You do some nice decorations. A devotee should not become proud, advertising himself as an exalted soul. If one offers to me that which is most dear to him, that will please me greatly and thus advance him on the path towards eternal life. So this is basically the summum bonum, as we really see here. Those two sets of the thing, that is our core for a devotional life. What is the final advice of Krishna now? He's also giving more. So this is all the way coming from the text 47 to 49. So I will jump there. Okay. So in 46 he is saying, yes, in this way you should worship me. You will worship my transcendental form, as a deity form and so on. Then coming to the 47, he says, one who worships me in full concentration by performing sacrifices and activities meant for the welfare of others attains unflinching devotional service to me. By rendering service to saintly persons, he achieves realized knowledge of me. So in the beginning, we were talking about dharma, karma. Then after that, we are talking about yoga, become a yogi, and then the jnani. Jnani is aspiring to really get liberated. But if one becomes a devotee, he is saying here, of course, not only here, in Bhagavad Gita also he is saying, because when one becomes a devotee to me and surrenders everything to me, I will give him the knowledge so that he will come to me. So no need to run for this jnani kind of life. No, that's not necessary. But here in this text, again he's saying the same thing. By rendering service to saintly persons, Vaishnavas, he achieves realized knowledge of me. So he somehow or other arranges to give the supreme knowledge using which a jiva can and understand everything about this spiritual dimension, his abode, his qualities, about him, and finally go back to him. And also he is continuing. This is text 48. He is continuing. Oh Uddhava, I am the supreme shelter and goal of life of the devotees. If one does not engage in my devotional service, which is received by the association of my pure devotees, there will be no means for his escaping material existence. So now, this is clearly saying that, because this is a chapter, conditioned and liberating, the symptoms of conditioned and liberated living entities. That's what the topic of this particular chapter. So here now clearly saying, you may be running like the karma yoga, this yoga, this ashtanga yoga, jnana yoga, and all those things, you may be actually doing that one. But without associating with my devotees and serving them, and also serving deities, There is no way of escaping from this material existence. That means this birth death is going to continue forever unless this is met. So that is why it said Sadhu Sangha is so important. Sadhu Sangha means association with Krishna devotees. This is absolutely important. You may not know. There was one devotee who used to come from Madura every day to hear the HariKatha of Gurudev. Because in Madura also, Gurudev has a mata there. And because Gurudev, he gives HariKatha morning 2 hours, evening 2 hours. In fact, I will tell you something. In fact, I know even under our Gurudev, there are a lot of sanghas are going on. There are actually wonderful devotees who are actually preaching. You know what I have heard? Every sangha that I came to know, maybe 10 or something, all of them, they give HariKatha every day, either in the morning or in the evening. But here in US, especially in India, I don't know why they are not inclined to hear HariKatha. This is the problem. They think that, that will be too much. But that's not the way all of our Gurudev Sanghas are running. There are a lot of them running, I know that. And also there are preachers from Vrindavan. They are giving HariKatha early in the morning. And people here like all over the world, they are all attending. Every day. 1 hour and 15 minutes. That is typically I have seen. 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So I average 1 hour, 15 minutes or something like that. So basically this is important. So as far as the devotional life is concerned, where are we? Are we a devotee? So these questions comes. So if we are not a devotee, then it's not good at all. Only who is liberated? A jnani is liberated, right? He can get liberation. But what kind of liberation that he will get? This is Brahma. This is Sayuja Mukti. He will merge into the Brahman. And in Brahman, what will happen? They are saying, that is a blissful state. But what blissful state? What blissful state? Because you don't exist anymore. How will you enjoy the bliss if you yourself is not there? This is a Mayavadi's philosophy. This is really, really amazing. Actually, in that chapter 18 somewhere, okay, maybe I can read that also. Chapter 18 of the Jeva Dharma, chapter 18 is talking about this particular aspect. These jnanis, Mayavadis, and those who really want to mingle in the Brahman. They are actually foolishly they think they are actually liberated, but actually they are not liberated. Because in somewhere else also, several places, including Srimad Bhagavatam, it comes there, saying that those who think that they have liberated because they became jnanis, or they really converted, went all the way to the yogi stage, all the way to the highest level. They think they are liberated, but actually they are not. Why? Because only those who are serving your lotus feet cannot fall down. All these who are in the Brahmajotis and yogis, running after Paramatma, everybody will run. Everybody will fall down. So this is all, this all nicely there in the Jeva Dharma. See here, okay, maybe that particular place. There you go. So here it's coming. Look at here. So here saying, I really talked about the Hine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. That means after when all the karmis really go up there and they enjoy their punyas or suffer, in the hell due to their bad deeds, whatever it is, but they have to come back to the earthly planet. So according to Salava, everyone realizes their mistake only when they fall from the celestial planets. A person may begin to covet the pleasures of the heavenly planets again when he fails to find pleasure in the wealth, children, fame, and power that is available in the world of human beings. So human beings, the only place where one can really try to enjoy this wealth, children, fame, and power. But however, while he is falling from the celestial worlds, he adopts a respectful attitude towards an even greater happiness than that of a Swarga. So he is, while he's falling down, he is thinking, he has a chance. He has a chance to really come out of it. So he becomes indifferent to the pleasures of the human worlds. All the celestial planets, everything he thinks, no, that is temporary. And these all the karmic, these things, whatever that I'm trying to enjoy, they're all only ending in only disgust, only distress. Anyway, I showed some videos also just for the sake of it. And now here saying, look at here, he then also tried to become a jnani, and he becomes renounced and starts to investigate nirvana, and endeavor earnestly for impersonal liberation. However, when he sees that impersonal liberation also lacks bliss, he takes an unbiased position and searches for another path that will enable him to achieve preeti or real pleasure by becoming a devotee. Anyway, it's everywhere. So everywhere that's what it's saying. But the only problem there is with us is our mind. Why we are reluctant to really hear HariKatha? Why we are reluctant to really engage ourselves as much as possible, in fact fully, is our mind is a problem. That is why Acharyas have even writing, they were chastising the mind. Bhajahure mana. In each life, we did not take it serious. Our mind was not mature to realize the fact and work on the remedy. Actually, we should beat our mind with a shoe every day. That's what Srila Prabhupada used to say, telling this. Bhajahure mana Srinandanandana Abhaya charanara Vindare. Bhajahure mana Srinandanandana Abhaya charanara Vindare. Durlabha manava janama satsange. Durlabha manava janama satsange. Saroho ye baba sindure. Saroho ye baba sindure. Bhajahure manam Srinandanandana Abhaya charanara Vindare. Oh mind, just worship the lotus feet of that son of Nanda Maharaj, which makes one fearless. Having obtained this rare human birth, cross over this ocean of worldly existence through the association of saintly persons. And in fact, what is happening? How all the karmis and everybody, how they are living here. Look at here. The way at least, I am trying to do is what? When it become cold here, I escape to India. When it becomes too hot, I return back here. Right? You see, this is the karmis mentality. See, both day and night I remain sleepless. Sita atapa vata barishana. Both day and night I remain sleepless, suffering the pains of the heat and cold, the wind and rain. But for the fraction of flickering happiness, I am getting this karmic cycle. Sita hatapa vatavarishana yedina yamini jagire. Sita hatapa vatavarishana yedina yamini jagire. Vipale se vinu krupana durajana. Vipale se vinu krupana durajana. Chapala sukalava lagire. Chapala sukalava lagire. Bhaja hure mana Srinandanandana Abhaya charanara indare. Both day and night. Actually, if you see that, the first small segment of the video I showed was he was a CEO too. CEOs and sleep, they don't go together. No CEO can sleep without sleeping pills. In fact, the sleeping pill market in this country especially is skyrocketing. It's going something like exponentially going high. Without sleeping pill, no sleep. And wherever you go, you have either heat or cold, or even if you are okay, there will be earthquakes will be there. Some calamity will be there. Always there will be pains. Whether that pain is coming from our own body and mind, Atyadmika, or from others. Look at here, Pakistan and India, now they are fighting. Everywhere there is fighting is going on. So the problem will come. Terrorists, something will come. Or COVID will come. Or something or other. This is the Atyadmika. Adi Bhautika. Wind and rain, they are all godly. That is Adi Devika. So these things, our mind problem, our body problem will be anyway there. You should always come there. Because what we do as we age, oh my God, my cholesterol is high, my sugar is high. Okay, try to manage this, because if I don't do that, then the chance of being dead soon is high, 30% or something. So you take some medication and this is how we are trying to live day by day by using the medications. So we become what consciousness? This is health consciousness, body consciousness, medicine consciousness, death consciousness, comfort consciousness. So many consciousness other than Krishna consciousness. And all these things, this is how we are living for what? Fraction of flickering happiness. And for this, I serve so-called boss. That boss is useless guy. So we want to serve only those real boss. That real boss is Nandanandan Krishna, his son. The son of Nandanandan Krishna. To serve him is the highest bliss. He is the real boss. He is the one and only boss, which serving whom we will become happy. Because in this world, serving to a boss in your job or wherever it is painful. It only gives disgust at the end, frustration. Is right? And here also, if you see that there's a owner and there are a lot of servants, who will be happy? The owner will be happy. He is going to golf and this and playing here and there nicely. But servant will be suffering. Servant will be suffering. And the owner, boss, will be enjoying. Trying to, of course, he has his own problems anyway. That is another thing. But in the spiritual world, it is the other way. It is ulta. Ulta means servant of the boss will be more happier than the owner. Of course, he is the owner of us. We all came from him. He is our father, what about the father? Father of all the fathers, all the way guy. So he is the boss. He is the owner. But we will be happy more than him. Why? This is his mercy. Remember, especially in India, the parents really work so hard so that they accumulate a lot of money for the sake of the children's education and benefit. They put in so many funds here and there so that children should be happy. But they may not even eat properly. They may eat, they even may eat once or twice, depending on the, how much they want to save for the children. So for them, the children's happiness is the happiness. Similarly, look at here. He is Krishna, is our, even here parents are like this, very, very, very lovely, right? Affectionate. How much affection that Krishna should have on us? Because we all came from him. He is saving all the bliss, everything for his children. That is us. But it is up to us to realize and then say, oh yes, you are my father. I come back there. Please take me there. But uselessly we ran away from the home. Like that's a stupid mistake we have done. That's why Maya is beating us. But the thing is, we do not understand that any moment our this karma, this whatever the life here, it's going to go away. Finished. How? In the same bhajan, it's coming like this. See, I have been going through for the whole much of, I was going after wealth, accumulating wealth. And also during the youth time, I was trying to enjoy. I wanted to have sons and daughters and so many relations, partying, this, enjoying so many party, every Friday party, Saturday another party, birthday party, marriage party, that anniversary party, so on. But remember, this is not going to continue. What assurance of real happiness is there in all of one's wealth, youthfulness, sons and family members? Yedana yauvana putra parijana ite ki aache par titire. Yedana yauvana putra parijana ite ki aache par titire. Kamala dala jala jivana talamala. Kamala dala jala jivana talamala. Bhajahu haripada nitire. Bhajahu haripada nitire. He says, oh fool. This life is tottering like a drop of water on a lotus petal. Just of this thing. The wind is shaking up. Anytime your life is gone. Even medication, these, everything, all the things are not going to stop. It will come to an end, for sure. Even Lord Brahma has to face this. But what is important is you have to get away from this fear of death. Get away from this birth and death. We have only one disease. We need medication only for one disease. You have diabetes, you have this, you have deficiency of that, you have asthma, these are, that are different things. Only one disease, that is birth and death. So for that, yes, you surrender at the lotus feet of Krishna. For that, what we should do? Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Shevana Dasyare. Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Shevana Dasyare. Pujana Saki Jana Atma Nivedana. Pujana Saki Jana Atma Nivedana. Govinda Dasa Vilashare. Govinda Dasa Vilashare. Vajahure Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Abhaya Charanara Vindare. So it is a longing of Govinda Dasa, who wrote this poem, to engage in chanting the glories, remembering him and offering prayers to him, serving his lotus feet, Krishna's lotus feet, worshipping him with flowers and others, serving him as a friend, and completely offering the Lord and one's very self, Atmani Vedana. That is the complete pure bhakta. He has offered everything. There is nothing that belongs to him. Everything, the Atman, completely belongs to him. Then it will be successful. All glories to Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Varga, Vanja Kalpataruchecha, Krupa Sindhupiyavecha, Paditanam Bhavanepyo, Vaishnavepyo, Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,